Hey everybody, welcome to the Thursday 30. I'm Dr. Kate Walker, and today I promised I was going to talk to you guys about the elevator speech. And we all know that that can sound super canned. So while you're getting ready for your elevator speech, hey Jane, good to see you. As always, I'm going to double check and just make sure I'm live and everything's working. Y'all give me some feedback if the sound isn't working. Hey Alyssa, good to see you. All right, so before I get started, I want to talk about shout outs. Hey Dee, hey Blaine, good to see you. Today I'm going to give a shout out to Melanin and Mental Health. They have their amazing Christmas sweaters available. I have the t-shirt Dope Therapist. You got to check them out. Eliza Bokeen, check it out on her page, and it's Melanin and Mental Health. They have these are not ugly sweaters, y'all. These are some good looking sweaters. If you want me to give a shout out to your page or your group, just put it in the comments. I'm happy to. Hey Judy, good to see you. Shout out TCA. Hey Alyssa. Oh good, thanks Alyssa, appreciate the feedback. Hey May. We are at TCA talking about ways to advocate, so go to the Texas Counseling Association page and look at ways that you can advocate for your profession in private practice. We're still trying to get paid, just paid y'all. So mental health parity, intern and associates right to work. We've got some real big issues going on with TWC and your interns and how they're able to work. W-2 employees, 1099, it's a thing, y'all. So check out TCA, Texas Counseling Association, and their page. If you are a marriage and family therapist or another license, check out Texas Association for Marriage and Family Therapy. Because you are too important to lose to things like not knowing the law, going broke, burning out. So today we're talking about an elevator pitch. And I'm going to try to keep my computer open just so I can see the time. The thing about the Thursday 30 is I know y'all have to go back to work. So we're going to get this out. We're going to get it done so you can go back to work and make some money, help some people. So it's 9:33. An elevator pitch at its heart is a way to help people remember you, what you do, and how you can help them. So we're going to dissect that today. The first part's super obvious. You have to say your name. Hi, my name is Kate Walker. Okay, that's easy, right? But in a good elevator pitch, you say it at the beginning and at the end. Hey Danielle, hey Jessica, good to see y'all. So you are talking to people who probably aren't listening. And I think that's one of the pieces a lot of us forget. Like right now, you can probably hear my dog barking at the pool guy, and she's going to keep doing that until he leaves. So it's just people who aren't listening. When anxiety goes up, cognition goes down. So if you're literally in an elevator with someone and you're trying to let them know what you're doing, they may be thinking about other things. If you're going to a Chamber of Commerce meeting, 99% of the people aren't listening to you because they're so nervous about their own speech, right? Everybody gets 1 minute to talk. And so one of the things I would encourage you to do before you do anything else, well, finish watching this video, is go look at your scheduling software, okay? Your online scheduling software, right? Because you have to have a call to action in your elevator pitch. Right? You have to tell the person to go do something. Hi, my name is Dr. Kate Walker. I have a marriage and family therapy practice in the Woodlands, Texas, called achievebalance.org. And I want you to be my client, so call right now. Right? That's a terrible elevator pitch, right? I'm not out there trying to drum up business one-on-one. Hey, do you need help? Hey, do you need help? Do you need help? I mean, I could, but how awkward is that? I would never get invited back to stuff, right? Somebody invites me to a networking party like Bridget's on. She's about to have her amazing Christmas party or holiday party for the Woodlands Mental Health Group. And she throws one every year. And if we're all walking around looking for clients, that's not going to be a great party. So go to your scheduling software and see if it will allow you to create a 10-minute free consultation. All right? a 10-minute free consultation. Now that becomes your product. Believe it or not, you are a store owner. You are selling pieces of you, right? You're selling an hour of you. You're like a hotel. Think of it that way. Every hour of your day is like a room in your hotel. So you fill up Monday, start selling Tuesday. You fill up Tuesday, start selling Wednesday. So these free 10-minute consultations are pieces of you that are affordable. Hey Blaine, I think Bridget could probably get you a link to that group. I know it's on Facebook and I know it's a closed group, so you're gonna have to go through her and answer the 3 magic questions. But it shouldn't be a problem, so check her out, contact her. But it's a great group, it's been around for a while. So the 10-minute free consultation is a way for people to connect with you, right? And so you're at a chamber of commerce, or you're at a business networking international group. You stand up and you say, hi, I'm Dr. Kate Walker. My marriage and family therapy practice is achievebalance.org, and my specialty is infidelity. We've talked about that before, right? All the eyes go down. Nobody wants to look at you. Nobody wants to listen anymore. But if you stand up and say, hi, my name is Dr. Kate Walker, and I have a marriage and family therapy practice called achievebalance.org, and I want everyone to just take a second and think about someone in your life that's struggling. All right, so what we've done there is one of the hooks that we use when we're talking about adult learning. Okay, so with adult learning, you want to make sure, and actually even when you're teaching kids, you want to have an emotional grab. That engages people, right? So like if you're teaching a class and you start off with a story, or you ask everyone to imagine a unicorn, in that moment, everyone is having a connection to you, right? Even if they're on their phone, which, let's face it, in the Chamber and Business Networking International, most people are under the table on their phone. So you ask them to imagine someone who's struggling. Every person in that room can imagine, especially around the holidays, someone who's struggling with something. Now, you've got them, then you explain, I can help. That's it. I can help. Hi, my name is Dr. Kate Walker. I have a marriage and family therapy practice called achievebalance.org, located right around the corner in the Woodlands, Texas, and I want you to think of someone who's struggling right now. What if I could give you a way to help them today? Now, this is something I learned from Mattress Mac. You guys remember, if you're from Houston, when he first started getting just everywhere on TV and the media, and I've heard him speak before. Hey Sarah, hey Megan, good to see you. One of the things you saw on his trucks going down the freeway was the word today, right? Gallery furniture, today. And you thought about it, like, why is he just putting today on his truck? Why isn't he putting like fine furniture? Or we're located over here in a convenient spot of Houston, or big picture of Mattress Mac's space. And y'all, that's what a lot of your websites look like. It tells a lot about you. It tells a lot about your cool super practice. It talks a lot about your conveniences and your specialties. But what that client who's wanting to see you in the middle of the night when she's thinking about her kiddo who is getting up in the morning and he's going to go score drugs again, or he's going to get in a fight, or she's going to do something she shouldn't be doing, she's thinking about today. She wants help today. If your office was open in the middle of the night, she would be texting you, she would be emailing you. Hey Sarah, thanks for tuning in. Right? So when you focus on this idea of how clients can contact you today, that's going to set you head and shoulders above other therapists who are marketing in your area. Okay? So you say your name, you say where you're located, right? The demographic stuff. You ask the people in the room to imagine someone who's struggling. And you can be more specific if you want to get in your particular area. Imagine, does anyone in this group know someone who's struggling with an adolescent? Does anyone in this group know someone who's struggling with their marriage? Does anyone in this group know someone who might be struggling with the loss of a loved one? Right? So you can contour this to your niche or your specialty, right? But the hook, the way that you're going to help people find you is the 10-minute consultation. What if I could give you a way so that you could connect that person you're thinking of right now to answers today? And then they perk up, because you're not asking them to become your client. You're not asking them to tell their friend to go get into counseling, because that's kind of rude. Hey Joe, I hear you're going through something. I think you need some counseling. You know what? You look like you could use some help. Have you ever been to a psychiatrist, psychologist, or a counselor before? Right? People in your group, remember, mental health is stigmatized. So when you're telling people, hey, tell this person to call me, I'm a counselor, that's a tough sell. And let's be real. That's what this 30-30 today is about. It's about selling. I'm trying to help you sell pieces of you, an hour of you, right? So that someone can get to you quickly. All right, so if you don't like the idea of selling, or you don't like this whole idea of marketing and elevator pitches, this probably isn't for you. But for those of you who are trying to connect with more people, get the 10-minute consultation. So you're telling folks in the room, hey, what if I could give you a way right now to connect with somebody who could help you today? Right? Then what I've done is I've actually gotten kind of tricky, and I've asked people to hold up their phones, because I know they're holding them anyway. So I make them hold up their phones. And the name of my practice is actually a website. It's achievebalance.org, like that's the legal name. So I will have them pick it up, go to my website, find achievebalance.org, and my website has a giant orange button. Like I love the color orange. So there's a giant orange button, and it says schedule a free 10-minute consultation. So they look at it and they can click the orange button, and I tell them, tell this person right now that you're imagining who is struggling to click the orange button, and they can connect with a real counselor today. Now, I don't know the size of your practice. I don't know how many people you have, right? But with a lot of the scheduling software out there, you can have multiple people who are able to see the same calendar, and they can post their own times, right? So if you have a big practice, the likelihood that someone can connect with someone to answer their questions today is very high. If it's just you, you might want to say, well, how would you like to connect them with someone who can answer their questions in 24 hours? You've got to judge that for yourself. Now, here's the key. The 10-minute consultation is a way to stop playing phone tag. Now, I'll talk about conversion scripts later, right? But as private practice owners, solo business owners, playing phone tag wastes your time, all right? Remember, pieces of you cost money. And if you're playing phone tag, and if you're picking up your phone at the end of the day and it's after 5 and it's family time, but you're like, hang on gang, mom's got to return or dad's got to return some phone calls, or you could be out with friends, or you could be socializing, trying to find the person of your dreams, but no, you're returning phone calls and you're playing phone tag. So this isn't making you money. Playing phone tag does not make you money. So even though initially the 10-minute phone consultation may kill an hour in your schedule, right? In the long run, what you want to look for is a conversion rate. You want to see if that 10-minute, and it will, the 10-minute consultation stops the phone tag and actually gets you a paying client in your door, right? So you will get some 10-minute phone calls initially that are not going to turn into clients. This is you starting to establish yourself as an expert in your community, right? One of the things that I learned early on is the more you give away, and I know this goes against a lot of what we're taught, but when you give away resources, when you have free resources on your website, when you're connected with a group like Bridget's, and you know, like at a drop of a hat, you've got referrals just at your fingertips. When you're on the phone with that client and you're trying to see if it's a good fit, you can easily say, hey, look, I'm not a great fit, but I know 3 people who can help you get out of pen, because I'm going to give you some names and numbers. And what's going to happen is that person who's calling you now knows that you are the resource for the community, right? So here's our paradigm shift. You've gone from trying to sell yourself as a counselor to now you have become an expert and a resource for your community. All right? Think of the impact there. Who are people going to reach out to? Right? They'll go to the counselor when they have a problem, right? And there's a small percentage of people who will do that. We know that because of mental health stigma and such. But how many people are just going to reach out to you because, hey, you know what? Our PTO is meeting next week and our speaker just quit on us and we need somebody to talk to us about adolescence and social media. And we heard you were the go-to person. We heard you were the expert in the field, right? And now suddenly your one person that you told to push the orange button has turned into 50 people listening to you talk about your field because you're the expert, and who will become then folks who are going to push the orange button. So here it is. Well, how am I doing on time? All right, we're doing good. We have about 14 minutes. So what we're doing is we're creating a referral team. We're creating a referral team. Hey, Kelly, thanks for tuning in. So when you create a referral team, you are exponentially increasing the number of people who will handpick folks to give you a call. That is an amazing referral. That means they've already seen you, heard you, and now they're connecting someone to you, right? That is a very valuable referral. It's not like somebody who's Googling and seeing who hits #1 in the Google results, which by the way is amazing. We can talk about SEO at another Thursday 30. But this is someone who already knows because they've got a referral. They have, their friend said, hey, I heard this person speak. They're amazing. They've got this 10-minute free consultation and they can, I know you're having trouble, so call them. They may be able to give you some answers. Hey, Donna, thanks for tuning in. All right, so let's dissect this. We're going to start at the beginning with the introduction, right? Hi, my name is Dr. Kate Walker. My marriage and family therapy practice is achievebalance.org. I'm located in the Woodlands, Texas, right? So there's your beginning. Next, you're going to give them the emotional hook. Can anyone in this room think of someone who's struggling? Then you're going to narrow it down possibly to your niche, right? So know someone who's lost a loved one. Anyone in this room know someone who's struggling with their marriage? Does anyone in this room know someone who has an adolescent who's struggling to get through school, a young 20 who's struggling to launch, right? So using that word struggling helps people to imagine all of those people who will soon be sitting around their Thanksgiving table, or they'll soon be at holiday parties with, right? This is a great time of year to start this because family togetherness, much like passing the flu, also means we've got a lot of emotional issues that are going to be coming to the surface, right? Hey, Katie. Hey, Erin. Hey, Jill. Thanks for watching. We've got the emotional hook. Next, you've got to give them a call to action, but you can't give them a call to action if you don't have a button to push, right? I know you all have a website because it's not the 90s, right? Everybody's got a website. Is your phone number in big font on the first page? Y'all, I check out your websites. I go to some of your websites and I can't find the phone number. Or you've got me going to like the contact page and then I've got to shoot you an email through some kind of a form and, right? Hey, Rebecca, thanks for watching. Something as simple as just having your phone number on the first page, okay? If you can't afford to have some good scheduling software, get your phone number on the first page. Now you'll be playing some phone tag, but it's better than nothing. Remember, don't think like you. Think about the person who's wanting your services. Think about the dad who's freaking out because he just found weed in his son's car. Think about the mom who just found a bong in her daughter's bedroom. They want help now. All right? So if you're scheduling software, now I use something called Full Slate. Full Slate. And I love it because it's HIPAA compliant. It gives me tons of flexibility. It allows me to add more people. It's where I first started with the 10-minute free consultation. And it gives you a way to put this gigantic button right in the middle of your page, right? And I've seen some of you when you guys fix this stuff up and you get the button, right? Like, Kate, I got the button. It's wonderful. I go to your page, I see what to do, Remember, anxiety goes up, cognition goes down. We're dealing with a very anxious population. Not just because they have a diagnosis of anxiety, right? We're dealing with a population who's going through something that's making them sad, that's making them angry, that's making them fearful. So all of those things mean they need to click as few times as possible to get to you, right? So if you don't have scheduling software, check out that full slate. And then if there are others, please put them in the comments below this. If you have some scheduling software that you absolutely love and that allows you to do the 10-minute consultation, hey Marie, thanks for joining. Put it in the comments below. Put it in your website, and if you don't know how to do that and you have a web designer, tell them, hey look, I want to put an orange button in the middle of my website, right? Now, you've introduced yourself, back to the elevator speech. You've introduced yourself, you've done the emotional hook, you've told people how they can find answers, not counseling, answers. Now you're going to, this is the most important part, and I love this part. And by the way, I did not make this up, right? I learned this by reading other things. Remember, we're talking about removing barriers, right? We're trying to get away from the barriers from success. And one of the things, I read a ton of books. I read books about business, I read books about success and wealth and all of those things. And I guess I could start kind of a resource for that and put it in the files over here. And if y'all want to hear more about that or share them, you can put them in the comments below. So you've got them, so now we have the full slate, we have the orange button. Now we have to tell them, what you're doing is you're creating your referral team. So you've got 30 people if it's a small group, 100 people if you're in a typical chamber of commerce, and they're looking at you and they're thinking about that loved one and they're waiting for you to tell them what to do, right? And you're going to tell them to push the orange button, but you're going to say, look, because you have to give them what to say. Remember, with grief, with struggles, there's a divide, right? Here's the person who wants to help and here's the person who's hurting. We know that it's hard to approach that. So you're going to give these folks a script. Here's what I want you to tell that person. I want you to think about that person who's struggling, and I want you to walk up to them and tell them you know someone with answers and they can get those answers. And remember, think about the size of your practice. If you can get to them today, say today. If it's going to take you 48 hours, say 48 hours. I know someone, tell this person you think about who's struggling, you can get them connected with someone who can answer their questions today. Show them the orange button, tell them to push the orange button to get answers today. Now, I did that on purpose. I said it 3 times, right? Because the people listening to you are now emotionally engaged, which means anxiety up, cognition down. So repetition is important. So we're going to close our elevator pitch with your name and the name of your website. If your name is not the name of your website, then emphasize the name of your website. If they've got to Google you, then pick through 3 of you because y'all have the same name, and then pick you, and then they get to your website, but they're not sure it's you because there are 4 different ones in different cities. No. If your website is how to contact you or how to find the orange button with the 10-minute free consultation, then close with the name of your website. So you're looking at them and you're saying, now that you're picturing that person, I want you to imagine telling them that you have answers for them. You have a way for them to get answers today by clicking the orange button. My name is Dr. Kate Walker, achievebalance.org, achievebalance.org, achievebalance.org. And I do that. I literally look at my crowd and I say the name of my website 3 times. All right, so back to the beginning. Hi, my name is Dr. Kate Walker. My marriage and family therapy practice is achievebalance.org, located in the Woodlands, Texas. Nobody heard that. Everybody's still on their phone. You haven't gotten their attention yet. Part 2. I want you to think about someone who's struggling with marriage, adolescent, grief, loss. Now they're listening, but they're still anxious, so you can't give them a lot to do. Now that you've thought of that person, I want you to imagine if you could walk up to them and give them a way to get answers today. Everyone look at their phone, and you don't have to do this part. This is what I did. Google my website, because I had them just pull up my website. Click the orange button for answers today. Click the orange button and get answers today. Imagine telling your friends they can click the orange button and find answers today. My name is Dr. Kate Walker. My therapy practice is achievebalance.org, achievebalance.org, achievebalance.org. So repetition, emotion, call to action. Call to action should be something that you're not playing more phone tag, and it's a way for you to connect with this client, potential client, and start the process of seeing if you are both going to be a good fit for each other. All right? Now, once this starts taking off, you won't need to sell as many 10-minute consultations because you're going to have a full schedule. And you will be invited to speak. And you will be able to go places. Y'all, I'm living in a community right now. Working in a community of almost, I think we're almost up to 200,000 people. So what is that, like a medium-sized community? I still have people come up to me and say, I told somebody to push the orange button yesterday. I told somebody about the orange button. They remember the orange button, right? Because you've connected them. You've made them part of the solution, right? Everybody likes to be a part of the solution. This is called building your referral team. You're helping people become part of the solution because they're connecting people to you. And that's something that if you're not used to the idea that you're part of the solution and you're the expert and you're able to help, that's something you got to talk through, or we got to talk through, right? I'm really hoping, all right, I got to go. You guys got to get back to work, and I got to get back to work. So remember, if one of your barriers is going to one of those doggone Chamber of Commerce meetings, or walking into groups and telling people about yourself, or calling schools and saying, hey, I can speak to your PTO, think about this elevator pitch. It's not the traditional elevator pitch, because you're actually giving people a way to connect with you, right? So we're not doing anything new. You're just kind of shortening the line here. We're still working on backwards planning your badass business goals. And remember, the reason we're doing this, folks, is because you're too important to start this business, get your entire community dependent on you and thinking about you as the resource, and then you have to quit because you go broke, or you mess up, or you burn out, right? Remember, hashtag counselors don't quit. That's you, right? Counselors don't quit. So if you want more information, email me, support@katewalkertraining.com. Invite a friend to come to join our badass business group. I think we have 80 people registered, and those are new people, and their shout outs, their thank yous to the people who invited them. We'll do the drawing December 24th for the $200 private practice grant. And don't forget, if you want more in-depth information or time with me, I have my DIY mentoring program. If you just go to katewalkertraining.com, you can get more information about that. Tammy, Maria, thanks for watching. Thanks everybody for watching. Now, go back to work, all right? Go make some money, go help some people. Have a great day.